snack break. I want unsalt vinegar.
Why did you eat it?
I don't know. I don't like them. I always think they're a good idea. And then I eat one, and they're just not good.
I don't really like salt and vinegar chips, but sometimes I choose to eat them to force myself to eat less chips. Because if it's a chip I actually enjoy, I'll just keep eating it.
I just won't eat chips. If that's the only option, I'm not eating them. Here we go. Speed episode.
This has been my fit of just grind mode.
Speed.
For the past, 3 days.
Perfect. Yeah, I need I've been wearing the same 3 hoodies.
I can't remember what the context was. Oh, I went out and did a photo shoot with Gabby. So that was literally the first time I put on an actual outfit, and I don't even know how long.
Yeah.
Because literally the only times I go out are just to go to the store, and I wear something like this, or to volleyball.
Yep.
And then in my house, I just wear this.
Yeah. But it's gonna be fall soon, and I have so many sweaters I want to wear, and
it
jeans
basically
and
is
boots. But fall, it's 80 degrees right now. If you haven't been outside yet today, we'll be walking over.
But on Saturday it was 30 degrees.
Yeah.
So
I bought the cutest sweater, and I'm so excited to wear it. And it's a turtleneck, and it's tan, and I love it. But I can't wear it anything yet.
Did you also go through a phase of ages 6 through
where
14
hated turtlenecks?
hating turtlenecks?
I hated them. I hated them up until last year maybe.
Yeah.
I just hated them so much. And I saw it at the store and I was like, and I also paid full price for it. That was very not unlike me. If you told me a year ago I'd pay full price for a turtleneck,
If you don't know, Kate is the most indecisive shopper I have ever met.
I was by myself too. So I picked it up, I tried it on, and I was like, cool.
So sometimes she has moments like this where she's super compulsive, and then other times impulsive.
There we go.
Other times she'll get something, she's like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. She'll try it on, and she's like, yes, I like it. And then we're literally in line checking out, and she's like, I don't want it anymore.
See, one of my friends is it the exact same way. And it's bad when we go shopping together. Because we're both trying to convince each other to buy something. But then myself is do I want this? But yes, buy that. But do I want this? So, it's a big loop. And it's a problem. But it also helps me save money. But I also spend too much money on food all the time. But
it does help you save money. But then sometimes you get something. And then 10 days later, you I regret this entirely.
See, lately I've been doing that. But I've been able to sell it to people who want it for the same price.
Okay, well then.
But a problem... I bought this pair of ripped jeans 3 weeks ago, maybe. Have not worn them, cut off the tags. $20 for American Eagle, just wasted. So if anyone wants a size 4 pair of skinny ripped jeans, hit me up. $20 and they're yours. Maybe even less if I'm feeling it.
She's feeling generous.
Yeah. Do you ever have that chair in your room that just has all your clothes on it?
I don't have
or
a chair,
a space.
But there's a pile.
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple piles actually.
Okay.
I have a pile of stuff that I'm I need to add this to my Depop. A lot of it is yours.
Yeah, I brought over.
I have a pile of stuff that I wear frequently enough that I don't feel like putting it back in my drawer, like this.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, funny you ask. I got this from the tag sale for $5. Nike sweatshirt, perfect condition.
I love that.
$5.
I love that.
It was a really good day.
Oh, also if you want to plug your Depop real quick.
Yeah, you should go check it out.
She sells my clothes too. Buy my clothes.
Yeah. I almost have 500 followers, which is pretty cool.
So instead of me trying to start up my own Depop of not knowing what to do, and I will probably not sell anything, I give all my clothes to her. Because 1, it's just out of my room, which I'm fine with, and 2, there's a chance I make money with it. So.
And I am a whiz at shipping now. Even internationally, I can do that. Yeah, I've figured it out. It took me about 6 months to figure it out to the point where I'm actually making money and not just spending all of it on shipping. But I got it down now.
Yeah.
So.
Going back to the whole chair thing, because I wanted to bring up a point about it, of having a random chair of clothing or anything, a random spot. I have this poof It's like an ottoman, but it's like a poof. But it's like a chair. I don't know.
What is the material?
It's okay. I have such a vivid picture in my mind. It's like a big pillow. It's like a beanbag with a lot more shape, I guess. So there's like it doesn't like go in. You just sit on it. It's just a poof.
Okay.
You know, like poofs. I don't know. Is that a term that people use when describing like it's a big poof. It's probably like about this big, more square like, and it's white, and I love it. I haven't sat on it in months because it has clothes on it, and it's had clothes on it for those past couple months. Those jeans are on my poof right now, and I need to get rid of them. So, which is good because NHS is having a clothing drive, and I need to get my points. So we're doing that.
Hey, but we painted kindness rocks.
We
That
did.
was fun.
Yes. I dropped them off the other day, and I was really scared that I was at the wrong house.
Me too. But then
There's a box. There's a box there, and I was like, let's go. But I was writing this thing today in Writing Center. Shout out Writing Center. But it was like this picture of like a bunch of like fall, or I interpreted it, I guess, is weird. It was like this just fall scene with like golden like leaves and the sunset, whatever, and I was like, I saw this TikTok and it was like, we've come full circle with weather from when we started like the quarantine thing. Like it was like this when we stopped going to school. And like that just blew my mind.
Oh my goodness. I had this really weird moment because during quarantine I would do all of like my assignments outside of my deck to sit in the sun.
Me too, yeah.
And so I was doing that today. I was doing my art class out there, and just the environment was just so like perfect that I just had this like weird like, oh, this is I've done this before.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like weird what's the word, deja vu, where like I hadn't, but because I actually had. It just kind of brought back all those memories.
Yeah.
And I was like,
When we would
wow.
sit on our porch at like 10 a.m. to do history work. Bless that fourth quarter, actually. Because honestly, I was talking to people, like I was talking to my dad about it, and I was like, if you would go back 6 months, or however long we've been in quarantine,
like
I have no
7.
idea. Yeah. Holy. But anyways, like, if you could go back, would you? And he was like, oh, yeah, I would. Like, of course, because, like, he had business trips he missed out on, like, sports and everything. Like, his life was just bad, I think, with, like, in quarantine. No, like, you know, just, like, it was changed drastically. Mine, I think, I wouldn't go back.
I don't think I would either.
Because the fact that, like, how much I've changed, I guess, that sounds really cliche, but, like, changed. And then just, like, my grades, they were not doing good. But then when we got all this time and, like, teachers didn't really care, I, like, boosted my GPA by, like, a full point. So, what can you really do, you know? So, I'm alright with it.
Yeah, just, like, the amount of, like hikes and bike rides and stuff that we did that, like, we definitely would not have done.
I was the
if we were
most
in
active
school.
and, like, healthy, I think. Well, not healthy. I wouldn't say healthy, but, like, during quarantine. Just because we were hiking, and I was, like, working out almost every day. We were playing volleyball. Like, it wasn't terrible.
No,
I think there was this whole, definitely during the first, like, month, I think, when we just couldn't go outside at all. And it was just bad. Like, that was terrible.
The process of everything getting canceled was terrible.
Yes.
Once we got to the acceptance phase of that, it kind of started to, like, have a new life, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Once we got into that routine of, like, oh, a little bit of schoolwork, do some stuff outside, play some volleyball, work out, stuff like that. Like, I was pretty happy in that.
Mm-hmm. And I think, like, now we're getting hit with, like, our second wave.
Yeah.
Of, like, no, because, like, we're missing out on, like, homecoming, and, like, additionally, what I wrote about with my, like, writing center thing, I guess, was, like, we're missing, like, the beginning of the end of, like, high school first, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, homecoming, sitting at the lunch table, like, every day in the month of October, talking about who's wearing what, and if anyone's going with anybody. Like, that was, like, peak of lunch table conversation in October. Even, like, September.
Yeah.
I didn't do the math. Like, September, we were all just talking about homecoming dresses. I miss it.
Yeah. A lot of people hate on homecoming.
I
think
love
it's
it.
a good time.
It's so much fun.
I think it's a bad time if...
You think it's a bad time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, I think it's a bad time if you go with, like, a date who you're not, like, if you just go on it, like, as a date with someone,
Yeah.
it's gonna be awkward.
Yeah.
If you go with your friend group or you go with your boyfriend or girlfriend,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun.
It's so much fun, and everyone hates on it, but let me tell you.
You just get to
You
jump
just
around
get
and
to-
dance
yeah.
to good music. I mean, sometimes the music is bad, but, like, it's good
Yeah.
enough that I can, like, get down to
Yeah,
it, you
exactly.
know?
Everyone hates on homecoming. It's like, it's a school thing, like, everyone, like, there's a tarp on the ground, like, whatever, and it's just, like, it's dope. I love getting with my friends, taking pictures, eating, dressing nice, because that's, like, the 1-2
Yeah.
times we ever get, like, dressed up nice. It's prom. Rip prom. But, but like, it was fun. I enjoyed my 3 years of it, and that's my case in point, is that I miss homecoming, and I wish we could actually
I think
do
the
it.
people that don't like homecoming are the ones who only use it as an excuse to, like, go to parties and get drunk.
Yeah. Advice for freshmen, sophomores, and juniors for next year and the years beyond. Go to homecoming. Do
Yeah.
it. What the worst
There's, like,
there's no
loss.
downside. It's one night. Go with your friends. Don't go with a date. Some people do it by choice. Some people do it like me. But,
Also, ladies, it's okay to say no. You can say no. If someone proposes to you, it's okay to say no. You don't have to say yes just because they made a sign for you.
yeah.
You don't want to go with them. You say, I just want to go with my girls.
Yeah.
Go with your girls.
And
Have
like
a time.
a good way to dodge it, I don't know. This is just my mind thinking. Like say yes initially to avoid the okay, hear me out. Cause like imagine wait, just hear me out. That's not
Lie straight up to their faces.
No, that's not what I meant. It's like okay, here's what you do. Let's say a whole group has like surrounded you. Like there's this whole elaborate setup and this guy like walks out with a sign, he's like, "Will you go homecoming with me?" The most awkward, embarrassing thing you do for both of you, mostly him. You not that much. But it's just like, if you want to completely destroy the friendship you have with that person, go with it. Say no. But if you have any choice of like wanting to keep that friendship or relationship like in general, maybe it's just not the right time. Maybe you just don't be around like a big group of people. Say yes. And then like text them later and be like, I was actually thinking of going with a group of friends. Like, do you want to come in a group with us? We can make it like more chill.
Or you can say like, "Oh, I'll get dinner with you."
Yeah.
And maybe we can
Take a
go
couple
our separate
pictures,
ways.
you know, yeah. But like, yeah, I feel like that's not an awkward thing if you're saving the guy from much more embarrassment.
Also, guys, just don't do the sign thing. Just be like, "Hey, do you want to go to
No, but a
homecoming?"
sign is fun.
Okay,
I want to
signs-
get
I don't know. I'm iffy on the signs. Sometimes they're a little.
personalized stuff is
Overplayed.
cute. Like I know, like the sports players always like write it on the ball. It's like, hey.
But yeah. Also, I feel like most of the times you don't really ask unless you're sure they're gonna say
Yeah.
yes. So I feel like the what we're talking about is a very select few times.
Yeah. Cause like I just couldn't imagine like someone asking will you be my homecoming date if like you didn't already like know each other and were friends and like wanted to go with each other if it wasn't like already decided. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like a random person was like, hey, do you like I don't think it works that way. I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I don't know. But that just reminds me of like just like walking around the hallways at school and like everyone's like talking and like whispering and like a guy walks out with a sign. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, and they like hug and everyone like goes crazy. But like, I miss it.
I know.
And-
Like a lot of this stuff is like stuff like that. I never thought I would miss.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, I was kind of like, that was kind of fun.
And that whole thing like with prom, like we're literally not gonna have a normal prom. Ever. Ever. But you know, it's fine. It's cool.
Didn't want it anyways.
Didn't even want it, you know? Why would I want to do that? Not me. Wrong person.
But yeah, like you were saying, with just like missing out on things. Like this year, it's just school without any of the fun parts of school. Like, it's just straight learning.
Yeah.
We don't have lunch with our friends. We don't see each other in the
conversations
hallway.
you have at the lunch table are like its own different breed of conversation. Like, you talk about everything and nothing at the same time. I couldn't tell you one discussion we've had at lunch, but every time I'm entertained and laughing at some point. And some people, like, I don't even know, but, like, will sit at my lunch table, like, all year.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, just the lunch friend. Like, you are my lunch friend. And I miss those people. I don't see them anymore. I literally do not see anyone anymore, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And just, like, interaction with people that aren't, like, your close friends. I feel like people take that for granted. Like, everyone's like, oh, if I had, like, my friends and everything like this is fine. It's like, I miss other people.
Yeah.
I just miss seeing other people.
Mm-hmm. There's so many people that, like, I enjoy their company, but I would never, like, reach out to them now and be like, hey, do you want to hang out? Because we're not that level of friends, but I still enjoy their company.
Yeah.
I like seeing them
and even
every
just,
other
like,
day at school or
acquaintances you pass in the hallway. And everyone has one. But, like, I just miss seeing other people. I don't know. And even, like, other grades. It's like, oh, I forgot you existed. How's it going?
Yeah. Or, like, finding out that someone you thought was in a different grade is actually in your grade or something like that.
Uh-huh. Or they have a sibling that's, like, in your grade, and you're like, no way.
But I barely know who's in my classes, except for, like, the 4 camera people in each of my classes.
Yeah. Or, like, the group chats. That's about it.
I'm in one group chat in my class.
I think I'm in 2, but I forced myself into the second one. By force. I was like, add me, I need friends.
I guess I'm in 2, but one of them is just 2 other people that, like, yeah. Anyways, I miss people.
Me too.
I definitely feel bad for the teachers.
Yeah.
Because they're always like, thank you guys for turning your cameras on.
I feel bad, but, like, I'm not trying to have my camera on if no one else does. Plus, if it's 9 in the morning and I got up from bed 3 minutes ago to join the call, I'm not having my camera on. Like, give me time and I'll get there.
Homeroom, usually no camera, but pretty much every other class I turn my camera on. And I've gotten to the point where, like, I just don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm eating a whole meal. I'm doing my hair or whatever. And that's just how it goes.
Yeah, it was, like, awkward at the beginning, and I feel like a lot of people did have their cameras on, but then slowly it just started, like...
Oh, okay. Anyone in Loudoun County Public Schools who's using Google Meet, I need to give you some advice that I had to learn the hard way.
Uh-oh.
And that is, so you know how when you join your Google Meet, it mutes your mic automatically?
Yes.
It tells you, oh, based on the size of this call, your mic is muted.
Mm-hmm.
So that happens if you join your class, like, I don't know, like a minute or 2 after block starts.
Yeah.
But if you are the first one in there...
It doesn't mute your mic.
It does not mute your mic. And so I always am used to having my mic muted. And usually during the first couple minutes of class, it's just, like, the teacher scrolling around, taking attendance. So I'm, like, scrolling through Instagram. And... I don't know, there's like a TikTok audio, like, it wasn't anything, like, hugely inappropriate, but it was just, like, it was on in my microphone. It was in Music Theory.
Okay.
So, good old Mr. Reeves with his long stroking beard is like, oh, are we listening to a soap opera or something? And I was like, what? And then I go back to looking at it, and it plays again, and then I realize that my mic is on.
Oh, no.
So that was sad. Could have been worse, but
okay,
it was sad
I always
nonetheless.
check. Like, I'm so glad they have that little, like, camera thing of you, and then it's, like, how many people are in the class, because I hit camera off, mic off, join. That's just my go-to every time I join a class. I'll turn my mic on if I get in, and some people have their cameras on, I'll turn mine on. No matter what class, camera off, mic off, join the class.
I just join the class and then hope that it does it for me. But
you live your life on the edge. I do not do that.
After that, now... I'm always looking to make sure that red icon is there. And I especially, like, I don't know if you do this, but sometimes at the end of your block, like, especially on days where we're going to practice, like, I'll turn my camera off and I'll start getting ready, like, for volleyball.
Yeah.
So I angle my laptop
I,
away
close
from
it, yeah.
I know my camera's off. I can see that the camera's off, but I just have to, in case.
Oh, yeah.
I'm, changing my shirt to go to practice.
Mm-hmm. Also, I just found out again, like, I knew it was there, but, like, I never used it. It was, like, in between the microphone and the camera is like the hang up button. I've never used that button. I've only exited out the tab. I have never used that button in the middle, but
So
maybe I might.
the problem is that the red hang up button is right next to the microphone button. So I don't know if you've done this, but before, like, they're calling roll, and so I go to mic in, and I press the hang up button.
You just leave?
I just leave. They're like, Faith, and then it's just Faith
leave.
Wynn has left the meeting, and they're probably like, oh.
That's happened in my class. Not me personally, but like someone will ask like, "Oh, do you know the answer to this question?" And they just leave. I'm like, what? You really didn't want to answer that, did you?
Yeah. The like sequence of events is so funny. Like
Yeah.
it makes sense, but it's so annoying that they put it right next to each
See,
other.
I never use that button. I always just exit out the tab. Like I've never like clicked on it and then exited the tab. I don't know. I'm just weird.
Yeah, we all got different habits.
Oh my gosh, you know what else I'm gonna miss from like not being in school? Like the winter assembly and the week before winter break. Like that's its own like hidden. What do they call a thing on TikTok? Like hidden aesthetics, secret aesthetics, something like that. Yeah, where it's like a strict like theme. Like that is a theme in itself. Everyone's wearing pajamas. It's like snowing outside. All the teachers have candy canes for some reason. Why do they all have candy canes? I don't know.
I just have like 3 of them in my backpack.
At all times, yeah. Just like ready to go. But like I'm gonna miss that so much.
Oh my gosh, having a backpack.
Oh my gosh.
My backpack is sitting up in my closet, and I've taken it out twice to like go on random trips, but I open it and I'm like,
Yeah. What's it like? Like having to like unpack your lunchbox after school every
Yeah.
day and like
pack your lunch in the morning. Oh my goodness.
I wake up every morning thinking about my next meal. I do not think about lunch until 10 minutes before my next class starts. Like I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to be eating lunch right now and I don't know what to eat, but it's fine. Right.
I, on the other hand, am hungry by 11 o'clock a.m.
Oh yeah, I eat breakfast. I have a problem. I think that anytime I don't know what to have for lunch that I need to eat out. I have a problem. I have wasted probably $50 a week or more, I have no idea, just buying food that I can just have at home. Why do I do this to myself? I don't know. I'm always like, oh, it's just easy. It is easy, but it's expensive. I'm gonna stop working like a little bit. So if anyone has job ideas, hit me up, please. I need a new job. Also, SOLs.
SOLs. I completely forgot about this.
Like, just the mindset of just, like, getting into, like, the orchestra band room, sitting down with, like, our little folders and pencils and having to, like, sign our
Alphabetical
name
order.
on the test ticket.
Oh my gosh, I almost had that number memorized after, 12 years?
I didn't know it was the same number until probably, like, 7th grade. And I was like, oh, shoot, it's the same thing. I have no idea. But there's just so many things I, like, didn't even notice that we'd, like, miss.
Oh, how I wish that our English SOL was, like, a week later and we just didn't have to take it.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't mind it, though. I got out some classes. It was pretty easy. So
It was pretty easy.
Yeah.
It was a huge deal in 5th grade.
Oh, my gosh. If you didn't get a good grade on the SOL, or a good score on the
We were
SOL,
toast.
just your social level, your social rank just went down a couple
Oh my
pegs.
goodness. If you were one of the kids who had to go retake the
Oh
SOL.
my gosh, half my history class in 9th grade, freshman year. Freshman year? No, sophomore year. Half the class in my history class sophomore year did not pass their SOL. Social status just...
Well, in high school, no one really cares.
Oh, no.
In, like, elementary school, though,
Yeah.
like, you would cry if you didn't pass.
Oh my
the
gosh,
SOL.
I never not passed.
Oh, okay.
Have you? Ever not passed?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Let's go. Leave a comment down below if you've ever passed an SOL and what your score was.
Have you ever had your card changed from green?
Have you?
I can't remember.
I remember
okay.
one specific time.
I have a story. I can't remember if my card got
Okay,
changed.
you tell
but
the story and I'll tell mine.
Okay, so I don't think my card got changed for this, but once I think I was in 2nd grade, and we were in PALs, so that was like 1st, 2nd, and 3rd graders together. And this 1st grader came in, and he had just gotten like a really dramatic haircut. And me being like the unsocialized person I was, I said something to the effect of like, I think I was trying to say you look different, but it came out like you look funny or something like that.
It's not like you look weird.
Like, definitely the fault was on me. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't doing what I was supposed to. But, so I said that to him, and I didn't think anything of it, but I guess he must have told our teacher. And so the teacher came up to me and was like, hey, you can't do that.
And you're like,
And, like,
what?
I still didn't think anything of it, so I thought he was joking. So I was like, he's like, no, you can't do that. And I was like, oh. And I probably cried about it, but that was my story.
Even know.
Okay, I didn't tell you, like, back then, because I was, like, so embarrassed.
Oh, yeah.
That I got
I'm
into trouble.
Sure, yeah.
Because no one can know that I got in trouble.
No one. This is not good. Imagine, like,
No one can know.
you come in with the fresh cut, like you're lined up, and then Faith just like 1st grade, 2nd grade, Faith just like, you look weird.
Okay, it wasn't like that. At least how I remember it. He might have remembered it differently. So how did you get your card
Okay.
flipped?
So there's some characters in the story. I'm just gonna leave out the names because, like, I don't know, why not?
Don't want to name drop anyone involved in this really scandalous
I
affair.
know, right? Especially my partner in crime who framed me at the end. You know who you are. You're not watching this. I'm gonna make you watch this, and you're gonna know who this is. So, 1st grade indoor recess. A lot of the kids would be like drawing on the pretty thin board, puzzles. I don't know, whatever a 1st grader would do. I don't even know. But my friend at the time, just kidding, we're cool now. We've been cool, but not that. Okay, it's not even like a big deal. I don't know why I thought it would be like a life changing, like, I hate you now, but like we're fine. But
That's how it works in 2nd grade.
hey, 1st grade, let me
First
tell you.
grade.
So indoor recess, my friend and I were organizing our cubbies, right? Just making it look nice, ordering up our special erasers, notebooks, folders, making it look pretty. So there's this boy who had beautiful cubby. Let me just say, interior designed, like, set up, like, perfect. And so after recess, we were getting it ready to go into the line to go somewhere out of the classroom. And, like, I whispered to my friend, or not even whispered, I was just kind of like, all right, our goal is to make it look like his cubby, like this boy's cubby. Like, it looks good. We got to do that next class, right? Because, you know, you're just setting up a plan, getting ready to go. And then my teacher was like, Kate, what did you say? And I was like, and of course, you know, me confronted with confrontation, I was like, I don't know what I just said. What did I just say? I don't know. And so she
Making yourself look real guilty.
Yeah, so then I look over at my friend, just hoping she'd help me out and just, like, tell the story. And she goes, yeah, Kate wanted to steal something from this boy's cubby. And I was like, no, what the heck? Like, what? Why are you throwing me under the bus like this for something I didn't even say? So, of course, like, the classroom was, like, silent. Everyone heard. Everyone was in the line just looking at us. And I was like, you really just threw me under the bus. So I get called, like, out into the hallway. And she was like, we had this, like, talk, and I was, like, crying. And she's like, you're going to get your card flipped. And I was like, no, like, I didn't even do anything. And that's my story. We're still pretty good friends. She's one of, like, my school friends. Like, I don't really hang out with her. But, you know, but I want to know if she still remembers this. I might tell her to watch this episode just so I bet she does. But, yeah, so that's my story of how I got my card flipped. I probably have gotten it, like, I don't know. I thought that was my one time. I feel like I'd remember anything, like, dramatic about me getting my card flipped. But that was another social structure. Like,
Yeah.
you got your card flipped, you just went down to bed.
Yeah.
There are these kids that would have their card flipped, like, every day.
And they wouldn't care.
They would not care at all.
That could not be me.
Me neither. It does not matter. Like, of course, no one can remember how many times they got their card. It didn't matter at all. But, like,
Back then, like, that was huge.
yeah, I'm like, okay, why did we care about our middle school grades so much? They literally don't matter. Unless it's a high school credit course, they literally did not matter at all. Like, you have a high school GPA, and that's the one that, like, is based on all your high school, but you have, like, a full, I don't know, something weird. Your middle school grades don't matter. unless it's a college level course. So I don't know. We worry too much as humans. That's my statement from this.
Remember when we get elementary school report cards and it was like 80 different grades? And it was just like
S, like O, O, U,
yeah,
R, like something weird. Because we'd only get 1, 2, 3s, and 4s on our. Remember when your teacher did that in high school? 1, 2, 3s, and 4. Mr. Markley.
Aw, Brian.
I miss him. We were buddies. I was in his first semester study hall, so we knew each other.
Were we talking about AR points last?
We were, I
podcast?
think. Yeah, that's another thing. And like Beyblades, silly bands.
Oh, we need to spend a whole episode on that.
Bakugan. Were you a Bakugan kid?
I was not.
For those who don't know, Baku or Baku, I don't really know. But it's like these cards that have like a magnet in it, and they're little balls, and you would roll them, and then once they landed on the card, the magnet would connect, and they'd like spring up into like a dragon or something. We'll have Becca insert a picture, so she could also educate herself on what one is. But there'll be a picture of it right here, please. Becca, sometimes you do it to me, and I say, like, there's a picture of something, and it doesn't show up, and I feel really sad. So maybe this time, just we'll Bakugan, please. Thanks.
I don't know why, but I have this one, like, really, really specific memory from preschool. And I feel like this is one of, like, 3 memories that I have from preschool. And I don't know if you were in this preschool class. I think it was Mrs. Tennell's preschool class. I don't know what year it was. I guess it was... Preschool is only 1 year, right? Is it? I don't know.
I thought it was like 4. I don't know. How many years of preschool did you do? Anyways.
Well, you go into kindergarten at age 5, so I would hope that you don't.
It was like 5 to 6, I think. I don't know. I feel like it was always 6.
Anyways. So, there was this thing in my preschool class called the Alphabet Bandit. And, yeah. So, bottom line of the story is I was terrified of this. So, basically what would happen is, like, it was just supposed to be, like, a little fun thing. Like, oh, the Alphabet Bandit stole a letter. We gotta look for clues and figure out which letter it is. Because back then we're just learning letters and stuff. That's all we need to know. But I didn't realize that this was just, like, a fun little made-up game. Like, I was terrified that the Alphabet Bandit stole a letter. Like, so there was... She had, like, a traffic light in her class. It was, like, a fake traffic light. But, like, if it was on green, like, we were good. The Alphabet Bandit is long gone. We don't have to worry about him. If it was on yellow, that was like, uh-oh, gotta be on the lookout. If it was on red, oh my goodness. If I walked in the classroom and I saw that red light, I was just, like, automatically just, like, shaking in my boots. Because red meant that the Alphabet Bandit had stolen a letter. And I was just like, oh my god, no, this isn't happening again. And it was so scary. And I don't think I ever told any of my teachers how scared I was of it. So I would just sit there and I'd be like, no. And we would always find the letter and it would be fine.
Thank goodness.
But it was just so scary to me. I don't know why, but it just was. And I am still afraid of letters being stolen to this day. I'm very protective of my letters.
I have another story about a thief. Back in my...
You?
No, not me. Not me. I was stolen from. So, okay. Actually, the culprit is a viewer of this podcast.
Oh, I know.
I will not say the name, but you know who you are, and you will not admit to it. You will not admit to it.
Because Kate is still hurt over this.
I am.
And she wants it back.
Okay. Here's the story. Beyblades. Beautiful thing in Pals. We had set up our stuff on the table to have like a ring. We had different like, I don't know, rings, I guess, of like different like terrains.
Yeah, they were like little plastic like arenas basically.
Yeah, but we did one like on carpets, and that was my jam. I was big. I was nice with it in the carpet battles because
I had the thick little.
I had the Beyblade. Becca, if you could please have a photo. If you could, I'm sorry. I'm only asking for 2 photos this time of the Beyblade with like the thick bottom. I guess like the top part.
Boy.
It was So I was killing it. All right, doing my thing. I was winning a lot. Bell rings. Time to go home. It's cold out. Put on my coat, gloves, the gloves with like the mittens, where it covers like your whole. I don't know why, but I like felt it in my hand. I was walking home. In the hallway after I leave my classroom, I like squeezed my hand and it's just gone. I felt it in my hand. I squeezed my hand. It was gone. I like, looked around. I was like,
Beyblade Bandit. Beyblade Bandit.
The Beyblade
That's hard to
Bandit.
say.
And I was like, no way. Where to go? So I was like, okay, it's gonna turn up. I'm gonna go home. It might be my backpack. Who cares? Whatever. Can't find it. Next day at school. The Beyblade Bandit. Can't say it. I will not be named, but you know who you are. So, shows up to school with a suspicious but
Very unique
unique Beyblade. The exact one I lost the day before. Now he says he bought it. However, I just gave away the gender of the Beyblade Bandit. But I know it was mine, okay? I mean, it's fine now, I guess. I guess it's cool. But I
We're
knew.
still in debt to Kate.
I think I might have even told the teacher, Mr. Hathaway. I might have been like, yo, man, this kid's got my Beyblade. What you trying to do about it? And so he was...
And he's
of
like,
course
aren't you the kid who was trying to steal things out of people's cubbies? I don't believe you.
Different teacher. My bandit days were long gone after that.
You're
I
a
didn't
changed
even do
woman.
it. But yeah, so that's what happened. And I never got my Beyblade back. I never got my Beyblade back. But this kid still just started winning the games up in the carpet battle, and I never was happy again. And I just never, like...
That was your downfall.
Yeah, it's just been all downhill from here. Ever since, that was my peak.
Yeah.
The day before it got
Your last
stolen.
Beyblade.
I didn't even know it was my
match.
last Beyblade battle with him until I lost it. You don't even know. You know what? One thing I remember from Pals, and I don't know if everyone did this. Do you ever have like those cream folders that like open?
Yeah.
Did you ever open them and like glue paper to both sides and make like a computer?
Yes.
I used to do that, and I feel like I was doing it once in that same class. That's why I thought of it. But I just remember like decorating the keyboard, and like once you did it, you would just like pretend to type. And you're like, oh, I'm doing my work on my computer.
And we put all the letters in like a random order.
Yeah, we're like A, B, C, D. Because we didn't actually know how a keyboard worked. Or we'd have to like go to the back of the classroom and like copy it from the keyboard. But
Oh, those are good days.
yeah.
And we remember it was like there was like 4 computers in each classroom. And sometimes we would play with magnets, and they're like, "Don't bring the magnets over."
Why
to
was
the
that such?
computer."
I just remember like whenever we'd get out magnets, it'd be like, "Don't go near the computers." Why was that such? Would it have actually have done anything?
I guess the magnets can kind of mess with the data, but it was like you can't even be with like 10 feet of the computers.
It was like you'll erase
okay.
everything in the computer if you walk
It'll
over to
just
there. So,
explode
like,
if you get near there with a magnet.
It's like, you know, another memory from elementary school that I remember that was actually kind of sad, but like, why was I doing this? Was like last day of school, I guess, recess, 2nd grade. We were all like outside because it was the last day of school, like running around, and me and like a group of like 6 or 7 other kids were sitting with the teacher with a stopwatch, counting down the last like 2 minutes of recess. Why? What makes like why was that a good idea? And we're like 10. We're like, why?
Yeah, normally you count down to good things.
Yeah, and we're like, it's like the last recess of the year is over. And we're like, what are we doing? Remember I jump roped for a whole recess too. Like nonstop. I think I stopped like twice in the entire 30-minute period. I was just jump roping. I mean, I was just on a different level back in those days.
Remember how there was like certain bathrooms that we thought were like haunted?
Mr. Emmerich. Yeah, the one by the cafeteria.
Yeah. That one was kind of creepy though, because it had the mirrors back to back, so you could just look into the void.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone that goes to Emmerich, do you guys remember Mr. Pecoraro's office? Have y'all ever been in there? I was never went in there. I thought it was just a void. Like, I thought, like, you could see into it as soon as you stepped in. It was just, because there was a ladder back there.
There was a ladder.
That you could get onto the roof, and I wanted to go in there so bad, so I could, I think I was in there once or twice, but I remember seeing there a ladder, and like, I want to go up. I want to be on the top. Let me go on the top. I want to go up the ladder, and I just never did. We should do that. next pod episode will be on top of Everett Elementary School in 5th grade. Remember
In like 3rd grade, we didn't even, we're like, what is a clique? No one has ever used this word since like the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, we
I
don't
remember
know
one
what that
activity
means.
we did. It was like guidance, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It
it was
called?
guidance.
We did this thing where we wrote down like a secret on a note card, and then he would read out all the secrets, and we had to like guess who it was. But
What?
or no,
I don't remember that.
or
That's
he
weird.
just read out the secrets, and he like just didn't. I don't know. It was weird. I just literally remember. I'm like, I don't want him knowing it's me. So I wrote in like all lines, like all straight lines, like my thing. So he didn't like notice it was me because I didn't want him to know. Because apparently it was just too embarrassing. I don't remember what I wrote.
I stole something out of the boys' copy with the nice.
Stop! I did not. I did not do that. But yeah, I just remember like writing it out in like straight lines. Like all the letters were in like 90-degree angles. Just
There's
because
so many weird memories from elementary school.
Yeah. Like, when we'd have, like, pep rallies, and like, the whole school could fit in our small gymnasium, like, lined up around, like, the edge.
Oh my gosh, when we had assemblies and we all just had to sit crisscross applesauce on the concrete floor for like an hour.
You remember the math magician?
Yeah.
Where he burnt Carson's shoe on fire and it appeared in the box on the other side of the room?
Remember when there was like that BMX bike thing and they like went over like
What?
the principal or something?
What?
Remember when the principal kissed a pig?
Yeah.
I'm like, what was elementary school? That was weird.
That was so weird.
I think that's our conclusion.
I
for
think
this
next episode needs to be middle school. I
Okay,
think we
yeah.
hit high school and elementary school. We gotta dive
Just both
into this.
extremes.
Yeah, we gotta dive in.
There's a
'cause
lot to unpack in middle school.
There is so much. 'Cause oh, I'm excited. But yeah, next episode we'll talk about middle schools or middle school experiences.
Yeah, at least ours.
Because my brain's already flowing with what to talk about. So we'll have to make that next.
I know, we
episode,
always
but
Pick like a topic of conversation and then we just
go from there.
and we just
Because
go
our
to
topic
something
today
else.
was like high school memories, but
Yeah.
we really expanded from that, and I think
Kate just got off her chest a bunch of things that she's
my felonies apparently.
the people
But-
that have wronged her.
Yeah, that too. So watch out.
Thanks for tuning in.
We're another week late, but hey,
It's fine.
that's what makes us special.
Yeah. All right. Peace. Wow. Because they have like jewelry in the section that.
Jewelry.
Julie. They have. Your attempt is so different than me.
Oh, I was trying to say it like jewelry.
Jewelry.
Yeah, thank you.